Hello, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be covering the roof strip off, the removal of the chimney breast, wall, and some of the structural repairs that I've had to do around the house, just to make it safe. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who watched the last video. If there's anything in particular you want me to cover, go into more detail, go into less detail about, any and all feedback is welcome. Mean comments, nice comments, I take them all on board. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. It's a bit of a slow start, but it picks up towards the end, promise. Right, catch you later. Scaffolding's all up, so that chimney breast you can already see is leaning. So obviously that's getting taken down. This one here has a massive curve in it. All the mortar's left, if I'll show you. So all in here, that'll need to come down. It's got a massive lean in it, so it's quite dangerous, so it needs to come down immediately. Obviously the ridges are shot and the timbers are all gone inside. So I'm going to strip it off in sections, starting from the top obviously and just working my way down. Not taking it all from one side, just as I don't want it to just go and fall, or worse yet, fold out. So first job, take this one down without dying.
I've never been exposed like this before. I'm good at shutting you out. I've always had a way of keeping closed. Beating, hiding, I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you find it, I've been.
Okay, so that one's down to roof level. Probably take a couple more bricks off, and then I can just tarp this bit if I don't take the tiles off today. Then it's just this one to go, which is probably 8 or 9 foot in the air. It mostly runs externally here, as there isn't anything left of it internally, but it's a lot straighter and looks more solid. Once those were done, it was on to removing the roof tiles. So these roof tiles, they do have some value to them, and they can be recycled. So there is a local reclamation yard. A friend of mine, Josh, he spoke to the people at the reclamation yard, and they are looking for these tiles. So we're going to recycle them. They said they could get around 20p a tile. I've been called a madman, a heretic, for not reusing these tiles and just buying the additional extras. I don't particularly like the look of them, but also as well, I don't know if there's much historical significance to these clay tiles. To me personally, I'd rather just put a new roof on it with some lightweight tiles. The methodology that I'm removing these, I'm trying to remove most of it from the top and then work my way down. The first section around the tarpauling earlier, I was removing those low level ones just because I wanted to see the damage to those timbers, because I knew that was the worst affected part of the roof where it was uncovered for so long. And then yeah, I'm just going down here, doing this all on my own. It was a little bit of hard work, just because you're on your hands going up this ladder, up and down, up and down, up and down. You can only take so many. So if you had like multiple people, you can skip the gap in between passing the tiles to the other person. You can toss the tiles to the other person. It's a lot quicker. I'm letting the damaged tiles slide down, and they will all add to my hardcore pile. But you can see how many tiles are coming off this roof. It's thousands and thousands of tiles, and they've all got to be taken down the ladder individually in batches of like 15. So quite a lot of ladder trips. So far I've stripped off this section here, and you can see how bad this all is. It's not great. So that's all being replaced. Also, the wall plates are perished, and the lintels underneath the wall plates above the windows are perished. I'll just go around here, and this side is also stripped off. So half of it's stripped off. I'm just going to move to the other side and start doing that. Been throwing off all the broken tiles and bricks from the chimney breasts just into that rubble pile. Not sure whether I'll give it away as hardcore for free or reuse it for a driveway. But yeah, this section to come off and this section. So I need to get this off today whilst it's sunny, because it's raining tomorrow. It's raining the day after and the day after that. So we get it all off and the battens off as well, and then get it wrapped in a roof membrane just temporarily.
Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Where you look, where you touch, where you feel, yeah. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you?
So you see me remove the top section of this chimney breast. I'm now gonna take it inside the roof, get that bit out the way, so I'm in the loft space crawling around. Need to climb up there because foolishly I removed the flooring here before doing that bit, so I need to get up there, which is about, I don't know, 15 foot in the air somehow, to then start taking this top section out and then bring it all the way down. Not tied into the brickwork behind. The bricks aren't bonded in. It's like it's built as a separate structure in front, which you can see here from the other side. So you can sort of see the brickwork is just built up to it through the gaps here. So if I bring that section down the chimney breast, then I can reuse some of the bricks in here, and they'll be used in blocking up doorways and such, and some of the brickwork on the outer skin. So brickwork you're going to see when this doorway gets blocked up here, you'll see the brickwork on the outside. So it needs to be the same bricks. But yeah, the less sooty ones will be the ones that are coming out and being kept. But you can see in there that wooden lintel structure is prevalent throughout the house. So it's just sat on top of there. But that will be the last bit to come out. So the rest of it I'm going to bring right down as the floor structure, which I will cover in another video, will require sitting on these pier walls here, here, over there. So it's going to be time lapse and maybe some music, maybe some voiceover, you'll see. Time lapse, and I'll take this out. Okay, I'll progress with the time lapse in a second. I just wanted to show how bright it is in here with all the tiles off. So there's the leftover bit of that chimney breast here. So I'm going to take that down. Can't take these timbers out because they're sat on that wall. So it'll be when I change the structure of the roof that this will be all shifted from 4x2s to something else. Most likely 6x2s, but we'll see. Maybe do 8x2s and it future-proofs it if someone ever does want to go up into the loft. Probably not. Yeah, take this section down and then go back down there and finish it off. In hindsight, I probably should have put a board down here so I'm working on a platform rather than hobbling across these joists. Although I felt quite safe, that's probably when you're at most at danger. But yeah, I'm just throwing the bricks down in between the gap and then I'll pick them up from the ground level in there. And it's just trying to get it below that roof level. So I have it at working height so I can remove the chimney breast from ground level, which is a lot safer. But yeah, I've got to kind of stand on the chimney breast itself while taking it down. So you've got here the breast itself that's been taken back. There are actually two bricks, one here at the very top and one over there that tie back in. Below that it seems to be concrete blocks. Don't know if there's any more tied in as we go down the wall. Couldn't see any more when I went down there to have a look. But I'm just going to take this back a little bit further and then work it from beneath. So these joists are sat on this wall, as you can see there. Otherwise, they're not sat on anything. So that wall needs to stay in place. So I don't want to upset it too much despite removing the breast next to it. But I don't want to need a hard hat, obviously. I'll wear a hard hat if one's needed, but I want to get this below head height so there's no risk, even if I was wearing a hard hat, of it landing on my head. So I want to be working face level or below. So a few more rows of bricks and then I'll go back down the hatch and yeah. So there will probably be people that are upset that I'm removing these chimney breasts, but it is because they are in an inconvenient location and the tops of the chimneys were damaged beyond repair. I would need to rebuild the tops completely, especially on this one, which was the one with the massive curve in it, where I didn't actually need to use a hammer or any tools to remove those bricks. They literally lifted off. But yeah, this isn't going to be used. It also eats into the space of the room quite a bit, and primarily when these houses were built, the primary heating source would have been the fireplaces in the house to keep everyone inside warm. There's two chimney breasts as you've seen, but this one an internal one and the other one is an external breast. So there's no removal needed on the other one, and if someone did decide to use the other one in the future, it's still there. I'm not going to do anything crazy to block it up. Maybe probably just insulating it, so anything that I do is reversible and any future owners could reinstate that other chimney if they chose to. So that's down sufficiently, I think, to work safely from below, rather than hobbling around up here. There is some brickwork tied into it. I'm going to leave that, as much of it as I can, not upset this wall too much for the time being. But I believe this wall will be coming out, all these joists will be running a different direction, all upgraded, and they have been there for almost 100 years, these 4x2s, and the house hasn't fallen down despite all the woodworm. You can see how far it's come down. Let's stand up here. So I've got it down to that section there, which when I'm on a hop up is about nose height. But I'll chuck you on time lapse, and I still need to remove it. But now I'm working in the thick of it, I'm gonna get a dust mask on. Sadly, I wasn't able to save as many of these bricks as I would have liked. They were meant to be used as face brickwork on certain bits of the external house where I'm blocking bits up or repairing sections. I was probably able to save about 30 or so. The rest were like soot damaged, or they just broke apart as I was trying to remove the chimney breast. So they'll be hardcore. So that's most of it done. The fun bit anyway. So you can see, I'll show you. You can see how far back into the wall it's gone. And the wall's still standing, obviously. There's a few bricks tied in. But I'm just more shocked at how many bricks come out of that chimney breast, because it's not a massive chimney breast. But you can see it's filled up that section right there. Big old section of bricks. 10 or so of bricks that'll need to move. Bits of daylight through there. But plan is this wall comes out anyway. Just a lot more to go, a lot more bricks. So I need to get this all tidied up. So it's next day. This chimney breast has been knocked down, but it now needs to be cleared out. You can see how high that is. That's the pier wall there. Try and dish out all the good bricks and separate those, because they may be able to be used elsewhere should I need them. This one's obviously not a good one. But yeah, gonna go through the list pile. Try to clear as much of it out. Dust masks, whatnot. But yeah, wish me luck.
In too deep, yeah. Am I just your little secret? I didn't hear the sirens. I didn't wanna see the warning signs, and now I pay the price, yeah. Oh, I should've known. It hits me like a tidal wave every time you say my name. It hits me like a tidal wave. It hits me like a tidal wave. A tidal wave. Tidal wave. Tidal wave. Tidal wave. I was so blind, waiting patient on the shoreline.
So it's next day. It's all out. It's dug down quite far now. You sort of see where the old joists were, like 4 courses or so up. But this wall's about to come out. I'm just going to prop it up with these acros. The only thing I need to prop is the timbers across there, which I'll show you in a second. So I don't know if this is clear or not, but you can see there's that one purling which comes onto the end of the wall here just before it returns. So I'm going to pick that up directly on that wall plate, chop the section of wall plate off, and so it's just lifting it from underneath, and then support the ends of all these timbers. The roof is as light as it's ever going to be. All these purlings and the roof timbers are coming out. All the tiles are stripped off. So it doesn't actually carry really any weight other than the structure itself, which is all tied in, all up here. It's not the best timbers, like most of them are rotted, but the point is this isn't holding the weight of tiles, snow loaded tiles, certainly not, as it's end of March. It's quite a hot sunny day. So yeah, pick up the end of this with a strong boy underneath that timber, cut those timbers off there so I can remove the rest of it. So the end of that is supported until this all comes out, and then also pick up the ends of these joists with those acros. I've got 2 at the moment, but I'll put a 3rd in the middle. So there'll be a timber sitting underneath here to support the ends of these. Again, these aren't holding any weight other than the boards themselves, these bits of plasterboard.
In too deep, yeah. Am I just your little secret? I didn't hear the sirens. I didn't wanna see the warning signs, and now I pay the price, yeah.
So that's down, as you can see there. I've decided to leave this nib on for now, just because it's tied in to the inside skin there, which is all cracked anyway. But just gonna leave that nib there now, just for safety. Yeah, there is some health and safety involved. And where that purling sits, I've decided also to leave that nib for the time being. Again, for safety, because above this doorway here is a lintel which ties into this brickwork. So I think it'd be safer to replace that first and then go from there. So I've got to repair all the brickwork above the lintels as well. And then there's new wall plates that are going to sit on top of those, and then all the rafters. So all these joists, ceiling joists, are going to be running this way as opposed to that way. Now I need to make a concerted effort to tidy all this up. It's quite a lot of it. It's a lot quicker to knock down than it is to tidy it up. So, in contradiction to what I said earlier, I'm actually removing this nib. I spoke to someone in the know and they said this is probably the safest time to do it when there's no weight on the roof. I'm doing all the repairs anyway. It made accessing this lintel easier. So I just took the bricks off and then I'm going to tooth back in the other side, adding in wall ties as I go, because there's not as many wall ties in this property as I would like. A local builder called Stuart came and had a look. He lives down the road. He's got one of these bungalows. He said his property had the same thing, which caused me to look, and I saw that there wasn't as many wall ties in the double skins of walls. So I'm adding in extra wall ties. I'm putting in all these concrete lintels just while all the weight's off the roof. And these are little jobs that I can just tick off each evening when I go after work. And here you can see the repair. It's ugly, a bit strong. This is how the bond was before, previously. Patched in some missing bricks, but the very top row underneath that wall plate, all the weight's off the roof. I'm just going to leave that section because it'll probably get knocked off or damaged when I cut the roof off anyway. So just leave that alone for a few days. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Much better than it was, that timber lintel. And this is what was left of that lintel. There's originally 2 bits of 4x2 in there, just completely rotted away to absolutely nothing. But I'm certainly not a bricklayer, so I may get some hate for that. But I don't have a full day's work for a bricklayer here, so unless they want to come around and do a little bit of a window, a little bit here, a little bit there, I'll just spend 3-4 times as long trying to get it right. It's not face brickwork. If it's face brickwork, I'm getting in a professional, because I've tried doing face brickwork before and that took about 6 times as long. I think I laid about 80 bricks in a day. So probably not going to happen anytime soon. But concrete blocks, been all right laying them before, but I prefer to get my brother in, who's time served bricklayer. I think he did bricklaying maybe like 4 or 5 years. So he's a lot better at it than I. And this window, a lot bigger than the other lintel. All these rafters, joists and everything are floating above it, where the wall plate's completely rotted away. This was the section of the roof with the tarpaulin on it. So I'm just removing all the loose bricks, and then I also use an angle grinder with what looks like a long little finger on it to chase out all the joints. So I can repoint sections of the old brickwork which are not loose, just to give it that extra strength, which I'll show you in a second. So it's all removed. I'm just gauging up some bricks because I need to do some cuts. I've also raked out a lot of this mortar just because I'm going to put in a lot of 4-to-1 mix, I think it is. And then same over there, so I can get the lintel in this side, the concrete lintel. I'm doing concrete lintels because I'll probably get it rendered, and then I don't have to worry about wheat vents and so on. So yeah, replace that timber lintel, which I'll just show you here how knackered this was. Obviously I've shown how knackered they all are, but look at this one. I mean, I've seen better days, right? But this side was like leaking for ages. This is, I don't know how long, but this section all had tarp on it, so all the joists and rafters are rotten beyond repair. But current goal is obviously just get this all repaired, let it go off for a bit, and then I can look at stripping the roof soon, and then putting my very top course back on and bedding on all my new wall plates to sit the roof on. So instead of a string line, as it's quite brittle, all these bricks, I don't want to be knocking in something to hold a string line on. I just use a series of levels that I have. So I think I've got like 4 foot level, 6 foot level, and 1.5 foot level. You can see what I'm doing is plumb, level as I go, building up to that lintel. So I'm putting on just under a 6 foot lintel, concrete lintel with obviously the steel strands in it. And then this is really pointing all that old brickwork whilst I'm waiting for the top stuff to go off a little bit so I can sit that heavy lintel off it and it doesn't sink. So it makes my life a little bit easier. The brightness goes a bit funky here as I think the sun was setting, and it's all in one time lapse just before my phone died as well. But yeah, you see me getting on that 6 foot lintel, and then my parents show up in a second to inspect the place. And outside I still need to do the timber lintel to a concrete one. So it's currently 4x2s on edge, so like this, but it's going to be a concrete lintel like this, so it won't have that disparity there. So it'll be up closer to this concrete one, and then you have your plasterboard reveals going into the window. All right, so I'm not probably going to be a bricklayer in this lifetime. I think they say it takes 10,000 hours of something to master it. I'm probably about 100 hours in of bricklaying. But it's not too bad. It's strong. It's level. It's plumb. But that's what matters. So I'm going to do the outside skin at a later date. Just trying to get that inside skin done. And I also need to put in some extra wall ties, I think, around some of these windows as I do them, because there doesn't look like there's that many in here. And also as well, I spoke to a builder who owns one of these houses, Stuart, thank you. Yeah, he said about doing it as well, because he noticed there wasn't many in his house. And I suspect they were built around the same time, and maybe even by the same builders. So get some extras in. It's already been strengthened up a lot with all that pointing, you see. But that's all you're getting in this video, otherwise it's just too long. No one will watch all of it, and then I'll miss out some of the details. So I'll cover the rest of the roof and the repairs in the next video. Next video, I am going to be attempting a cut roof. So wish me luck. Yeah, and I'll catch you later.